Hey guys, today I want to share with you the blueprint to create a high converting Shopify branded dropshipping store. I will share with you everything you need to know in order for you to create the highest converting Shopify store out there for your business so that you can maximize your sales and ensure that you earn the trust of your visitors, because if you earn their trust, that is how you are going to convince them to convert on your store and purchase your products. Now, as you guys may or may not know, store design, store optimization has become a lot more important nowadays than it was back in 2017, 2018, back when you could just get away with a very simple, very basic type of store which has not been optimized and which does not earn the trust of your visitors. Long gone are the days when you could just get away with the badly designed store, with bad quality pictures, with a non-branded store, not optimized, very slow to load and whatnot. Now you have to be on top of your game on every single aspect of store design, on every single detail, because the devil is in the detail. I've prepared for you guys a blueprint to follow. So without further ado, let's move on to Miro. So I show you guys everything you need to know and exactly what steps you need to take for you guys to make sure that you optimize your Shopify branded dropshipping store to the max. All right, so this is the blueprint which I've created for you guys. It's basically split up across three different sections. We have the why store design is critical in 2025 section. Then we have the second section, conversion and trust killing mistakes. And the third one, conversion and trust boosting practices. Now I'm going to start off with the first section, which is why store design is critical in 2025. Now, one of the reasons why store design is critical in 2025 or in any year really is simply because first impressions are key. Whether that be in personal life or in anything else really, first impressions are going to dictate much of what is going to happen afterwards. And e-commerce and dropshipping are no exception. So you really have to make sure that you make the very best first impressions on whoever is browsing your store for the very first time. You really want to earn their trust from the get-go, from the first few seconds they browse your store, because that is the only way that you are going to get them stay on the store, trigger their interest, and have them spend more time browsing your store, because the more time they spend browsing your store, the more likely they are going to convert. The big problem we have now is we are dealing with super smart, very picky customers and shoppers. People have become aware of the cues and elements which suggest that a store might be dropshipping and might be a scam or might just be trying to steal their hard-earned money. So you are dealing with a much smarter version of shoppers. It's not the same shoppers of 2017 and 2018 anymore. The shoppers of 2025, they are able to tell if a business is professional. They are able to tell if your branded dropshipping store is legit and if you are going to end up stealing their hard-earned money or cheating them. So you should not look at this as a threat, but you should look at it as an opportunity to build on so that you can use it to your advantage and differentiate yourself from the hordes of other beginner and novice dropshippers who have no clue what they are doing and just end up spending advertising money on stores that are not even 10% optimized. So you really want to create your own barrier to entry. Since dropshipping is a highly competitive business which has very low barriers to entry, which are the reason in the first place why dropshipping is highly competitive, what you want to do to overcome this and make it harder for newcomers and competitors to try and compete with you is to come up with your own higher barriers to entry. And store design is one of the levers you can use to create higher barriers to compete against you. So the more time you spend fine-tuning your store and making sure that your store is as optimized as possible and making sure that anyone who might want to just copy your store would have to spend a tremendous amount of time to do that so that you can dissuade them from copying your store. So the more optimized, the more professional and more fine-tuned your store is, the harder it is going to be for potential competitors to just steal your store design and copy you. The last point is why store design equals higher sales. A killer store design basically means that you are a professional business that is committed to providing high value to your customers and ensuring that you get the highest satisfaction rates from your customers and providing the highest quality service, whether that be customer support or highest quality product. So the more professional your store is, the more you are going to convey the perception, at least, that you are a professional business and that you care about your customers. And this eventually will have a direct impact on your bottom line, which will lead to higher sales over time. Now we are moving on to the conversion and trust killing mistakes. As you guys can see, I have put some dead skull emojis on some of the elements right here, which I believe are some of the deadliest mistakes that one can commit when building their own Shopify store. Now, the first one being picking a funky color background. I've seen so many cases of stores that pick a funky background color, say like an orange or a pink or a green or brown, you name it, whatever type of color that they decide to use, but that is a massive mistake because that just messes up the entire thing and it just makes your store look like a mess and a highly unprofessional, childish store. Have you ever seen a legit brand using a funky background color? Never. So this, from the get-go, I put it first because this is probably the deadliest mistake that you can do if you are designing your Shopify store. So this is an instant conversion killer. The second point is using colors that do not match your brands. Now, when you are building a branded dropshipping store, you want to focus on building a branding strategy and a branding image. So your branding image is basically made up of your values, of your brand name, your branding colors, right? What I recommend for your branding colors is to pick no more than 2 specific colors which match your branding and your values as well. So if one of your values is dynamic, you want to portray that by using a dynamic color, say a yellow or a red. You wouldn't want to use a brown color if one of your values is dynamic, right? So that's the point that I'm trying to get across with using colors that match your brands. The third point, as you can see, I put emoji near this one, is using low quality, cheap AliExpress images. This is a trap in which a lot of people fall into because they just take the easy route, they take the lazy solution. And this is one of the reasons why they are not able to achieve results, because the easier something is, the more people are going to do it and the less likely it is going to generate you high results, right? The more time and effort you spend and invest into something like acquiring your own product images, the more likely you are going to achieve great results, because people are just lazy. So when you go the extra mile by committing further and investing more time and effort into coming up with your own product pictures and videos, you greatly improve your chances of success. And not only that, but you also differentiate yourself from the countless people out there who just use low quality pictures, because you have to keep in mind that one of the best things to have a professional store is to have high definition, high quality, crystal clear, super crispy pictures. All right. So this is extremely important, you guys. I cannot emphasize this enough. You could have the worst product out there, but if you have some very high quality pictures with some very high quality lifestyle studio shots, you could very easily make sales with that product, which is not that valuable to the customers. But if you have the best product in the world and if you have the worst imagery and videos, then no one is going to buy it, because people see that you do not put the effort into getting high quality pictures and they just get turned off by those low quality pixelized low resolution pictures. It does not trigger the interest in the potential buyer to buy your product. It's like a package. If you see a product that is nicely packaged, the package is nicely put together, nicely designed, you want to buy it, even though that product might not be the best inside the package, right? So it's the same thing with images. The next critical error right here is grammatical errors, misspelled words, and broken English. A lot of people overlook this issue right here, but trust me guys, this is another deadly mistake that a lot of people do just because they do not take the time to double check, triple check everything and make sure that they do not have any grammatical errors or misspelled words or broken English. I lost count of the stores that fall into this mistake. For example, they would miss a period at the end of a sentence, or they would miss a space between two words, or they would have an extra space between two words. So the space would basically be double the space that there would need to be. This is a fatal mistake because any serious buyer out there who is genuinely interested in your product, if they see that you missed a period or you made a grammatical error or employed broken English across your store, that is an instant turn off for them, and that is a sure way for you to lose that sale and lose the trust of the visitor who is browsing your store. The next thing here is not having an eye for detail. People think that detail is not important when in fact the devil is in the detail. Being detail oriented and obsessed about details really is one of the most important things when it comes to store design and making sure that your store is as professional as it could be. So never think that a small detail won't hurt, and never overlook the power of a small detail, because that small detail that you overlooked, that could very well be the reason why you are having a 0.75 conversion rate instead of a 1.2 conversion rate. The next thing is thinking more is better. A lot of people think that a more elaborate copy, a longer copy is higher converting when it couldn't be further from the truth, especially nowadays. Maybe before in 2017-18 you could get away with a longer copy and probably even get better results, but nowadays this is no longer the case. This is a thing of the past because people now have massive focus issues. People have such a short attention span. They just want to get straight to the point. So it's up to you also to get straight to the point with your copy and do not make it longer than it should be. Just go straight to the point and be as short and as concise as possible. The shorter copy you use for the features and benefits of your products, the more your visitor is going to read it, because it's going to be very easy for them to read. Whereas if it's long, it's going to cause a lot of fatigue and hesitation for them to read it. So they're probably not going to read it, and it's just going to lead to them leaving the store earlier than you would want them to. The next thing is not optimizing speed and or optimizing for mobile. A lot of people overlook this as well. You have to keep in mind that 70% of visitors will leave if a site loads in over 3 seconds. So if your site loads in over 3 seconds, you basically lost a potential 70% worth of revenue. Do you really want to do that? That is a sure way for you to go bankrupt. So you really have to do your absolute best to ensure that your store loads under 3 seconds. One of the ways to do this is to pick a speed-friendly theme, a theme that has a code which was put together to ensure that it loads as fast as possible. You have to use compressed images. The best format that you can use for your product images is WebP. It's basically an image format which allows very minimal quality loss while compressing pictures to the max, ensuring that they take as less space as possible. And also something that a lot of people miss is using desktop-sized images for desktop and mobile-sized images for mobile. Shopify 2.0, with the majority of that are available on Shopify nowadays, you have the ability to set up mobile-only images and desktop-only images. So a lot of people, the mistake that they do is they just throw a random picture out there without really paying attention to the size of it, whether it fits the mobile better or the desktop better. So what happens when they do that is that picture would probably look good on mobile or desktop, but it would look terrible on the other platform. So what you really want to do to avoid this is ensure that your picture is optimized as the right size for mobile and desktop as well. And the last thing I put here is no reviews. No one wants to be the first one to buy. There are really two ways to do it here. So if you are just getting started, you just need to import reviews from either AliExpress or Amazon for the very same product. But if you have an established brand identity with a good history of sales with your brand, then I highly recommend that you guys invest in either Loox or a Judge Me type of app. Why? Because you need to have pictures of your actual customers using your product and the logo of your brand on your product. Because if you are an established brand, you have the logo of your brand on the products. So this is a great opportunity for you to showcase the logo on your products, and not only that, but also earn the trust of your visitors, because if people see that there's pictures of actual customers showing the logo of your brand on those products, then it's a high signal for trust, and it means that you are a legit brand out there. So now moving on to the third block, which is the conversion and trust boosting practices. Now, this is really what you want to be doing, guys, to make your store as professional and as polished as possible. Now, the first thing is, like I said before, being obsessed with detail, fine-tuning every single detail, check every single page, every single corner of your store, every single section, the checkout, check the cart page, check the home page, the product pages, the policy pages, the shipping page, check if the apps are not causing a massive slowdown to your store, if the apps are working the way they are supposed to work, if there is not a glitch. And one of the best ways to do this is simply by watching the sessions of your visitors. So the way you do this is you install an app on Shopify like Lucky Orange. This app allows you to record the sessions of your visitors and allows you to rewatch them so that you can pinpoint where exactly those glitches happen and if there are any areas of improvement that you can improve on after watching those sessions. The second thing is picking a white background color or a very light shade of your brand color as the background color. This is the foundation of a professional and solid store. So really, I would highly recommend that you just pick white because it just goes well with all sorts of brand colors and it's just the most professional out there. The third point is using no more than 2 brand colors. Like I said before, use the same colors as the ones in your logo and make sure that it all looks harmonious and there is a sense of coherence across your store. Next, we have using pro level images and videos. If you can't get your own pics, at least get some high definition ones. Try to browse as many AliExpress or Amazon product listings as possible and pick the highest quality ones that you find. But the best advice I can give you guys, if you have some money set aside to launch your dropshipping startup, is simply investing money into acquiring your own images because it will pay you back multiple folds and the ROI will be massive. You should never underestimate the power of high quality and professional images. So keep that in mind, guys. The next thing is perfect grammar and 0 misspellings. You can use a tool like Grammarly or ChatGPT to double check everything, see if everything makes sense. There's no mistakes with the grammar and the spelling of your words. The next thing, like I said before, is using Lux or Judge Me and Trustpilot reviews. Leverage these platforms to your advantage to trigger trust and earn the trust of your potential customers so that you can address any hesitation from the get-go. And because there's a lot of hesitant shoppers out there who really need to see these things before they can pull the trigger and purchase on your store. I cannot emphasize enough the power of photo and video reviews. This is a massive thing, you guys. A review without a photo or video is probably worthless. People only really pay attention to reviews with photos and even better with videos. If you have a customer who leaves a video review on your store, actually talking about the product, how he liked the product and how it brought him value and basically just reviewing the product, that is a massive win for you guys and it basically helps you instantly earn the trust of your visitors. Use short, straight to the point copy. This keeps visitors engaged, it delivers key information fast and prevents decision fatigue, helping them buy with confidence. And last but not least is optimizing for speed and mobile. Like I said before, make sure that you use the WebP format. Make sure that each image is less than 200 kilobytes. And if you are not able to have your store load under 3 seconds after testing it on speed testing websites like Google Page Speed, I'm not sure, correct me guys if I'm wrong, but yeah, there's plenty of websites that test the speed of your store. You can just Google it up and you find some. So if you see that your store takes more than 3 seconds, obviously you do not have the required knowledge to speed that up and make it load in under 3 seconds. So I would recommend that you hire a developer either on Fiverr or Upwork. You can pay him less than $100 for him to speed it up for you and have it load under 3 seconds. So now we are moving on to the last and fun part, more interactive part of this video, the exemplary store audits. So I have already preloaded a highly professional store for you guys, so I can give you an idea of what to strive to achieve and how a highly professional store looks like. So this is called Light Copenhagen. Now this is not dropshipping. These guys, they have their inventory which they buy off of Alibaba and they send to a third-party fulfillment center warehouse to fulfill the orders. But that is besides the point. The point here is check out how professional the store is. Check out the quality of the pictures, how everything makes sense, everything is well put together, and the store is harmonious all around. Now, the first thing that you notice is this is not overloaded with information, and it just feels so light to browse. You can see that there's not a lot of vertical scrolling on the home page. So they are really playing on minimalism, which I believe is a key feature of the products that they are selling. They are selling these high quality minimalist lamps. You can see that there is no grammar mistake, no misspelling whatsoever. Let's check out product page. Here's the product page. You can see how everything loads fast and the colors all make sense. They are using two different colors. They are using this sort of beige color with a light gray. So these are the only two colors they are using across the store. And this again goes back to the thing I was saying to you guys before in the video, which is that you have to choose no more than two branding colors. You can see the product name is not too long. It's short and straight to the point, the Copenhagen floor lamp. You can check the picture quality. It's super high quality. You can see the background on the product pictures is white as well. And here you have some lifestyle photos which show the product being used in various settings. Here you have a plain black add to cart button with some feature bullet points right here. You have the dimensions, specifications. Here you have some very high quality pictures again of someone using the lamp, unboxing it and just operating it. Here you have the reviews, which are shown in a very nice way. This is a very elegant way of showing customer reviews. And here you have, I believe this is called the hero image. It goes all across the width of the store. Here you have comparison with others. Again, here you have only 5 points. It's not overloaded with information. It's light to take in and looks highly professional. You have call to action buttons here in either white or black background. And here you have some more benefits. And here they go over the most important benefits of this product as well as the product. And they have these high quality, high definition pictures. Here you have an FAQ, which again is very professional, simple, straight to the point. And these are basically the questions which customers ask the most, so they address them right here on the product page to minimize friction and hesitation. And here you have the 30-day satisfaction guarantee. This is the footer. I believe this is their slogan, Danish designed, German engineered. You can see that they have their branding done right. They have the brand logo on the footer section. This is something that I recommend you guys do as well. You always want to have your logo in the footer section and a couple of links here. And here they have these super elegant mega menus with white background and with product images of the products that they are selling. Here you have bundles. Now, one thing I would have done personally on this store is enable the zoom in feature. As you can see, I'm not able to expand or make the picture look bigger. I would have personally implemented a solution which allows the visitor, the shopper, to expand the picture and be able to zoom in so that they can zoom into the details that they would potentially want to check. But again, this is just my personal opinion. But other than that, this is something that you guys should take inspiration from and aspire to achieve a very similar type of design when you are building your stores. So yeah, this is pretty much it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and you will apply everything that I've shared with you in this blueprint to build the killer branded dropshipping store out there and ensure that you get the highest conversion rate possible for your business. Because when you are spending money to acquire traffic, you do not want to miss out on converting that traffic because of stupid mistakes that you could have avoided. So if you found this video valuable, please give me a subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, please drop them down below in the comment section, and I'll be sure to reply to each and every single question that you guys leave me. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.